And you have been found guilty. It is my view that no other verdict is possible. Before I pass sentence on you, there is something I want to say. I have occupied this bench for many years, but never in all those years have I been so appalled, so chilled by the enormous viciousness of the crime for which you now stand convicted. It is utterly incomprehensible to me how a man... Thomas Robert.
Take this into his honor.
I hereby sentence you.
And then you wait outside.
So sentenced to serve the maximum penalty I can impose in a case of this kind, 20 years to life. Lawful recess for 5 minutes. Good morning, Tim.
They left their prints on the guns, the victims, and the times. The prints of the men who terrorized New York in the 20s. That strange, nightmarish time when the profits that flowed to the mobsters from beer and blood and alcohol spread a corruption over the land that tainted even some of those in high office. My name's Bonnie Ruditsky, for 20 years, Gangster Squad, Police Department, City of New York. Yes, they left their prints on the guns, the victims, and finally on some of the men who were sworn to uphold the law. They were few, but Prohibition destroyed them. Judge Robert Morrison, issue of a family of lawgivers. Graduated law school, magna cum laude. Served in the offices of district attorneys, law review committees, and finally, Justice of the Superior Court. His Honor, Judge Robert Morrison. A man destined for high honor and service to the community. Destroyed by a corruption as deadly as the bullet in the head, used to destroy the least of the mobster gunmen.
I'm sitting, Tim. You took me off the bench.
Well, for a very good reason, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. The chances are clear bright that you may find yourself standing in front of that bench.
What are you talking about?
Seabury. Samuel Seabury. The knight in shining armor. The governor's investigator par excellence, Seabury. He's coming into New York, and he means business. You hold there some advance copies of some subpoenas, and lo, your name leads all the rest.
All right, Tim. Get on with it.
It's a no-holds-barred investigation. Now, here's what you do, and you do it tout sweet, like the French say. Clean up. From attic to basement, clean up.
Well, I have nothing to worry about.
Morrison. This is Tim Ryan you're talking to. Do you remember me? I'm the leader of your district, the man who put you on that bench. And there's nothing that I don't know about you.
Very well, Tim.
Tonight, deposit vaults, tin boxes, everything.
Very well, Tim.
And, get rid of her right away.
Get rid of...
Don't play coy with me, Bob. I have a busy morning ahead of me. Mary Drew, East 32nd Street. In your tenderer moments, I think you call her Cuddles.
I've got to get back to court, Tim.
Of course, Your Honor. Go on out there and dispense a little justice. But make it a short day, Bob. You've a lot to take care of.
Oh, Jane, I'm sorry.
It's getting late, Bob. We're to meet the Reynolds for dinner at 7.
I'm sorry, Jane. You're going to have to make my apologies. I have to go out for business tonight.
They'll be terribly disappointed.
Well, can't be helped.
Bob, you do look tired. Why don't you just try to forget everything for tonight?
Well, I'm sorry, my dear, but it really can't be helped. I will promise you this, though. In a week or two, we'll go down to the Bahamas. Just you and I.
Oh, do try, Bob. It would do you so much good.
Now, young lady, I want you to pay attention. I've been going over some business things. Now, I know we've never discussed this very much.
These things are for lawyers, not for wives.
Now, Jane, I want you to pay attention. You've got to take an interest.
I do. In you.
Now, here's a list of the loans, various loans that I've made. This stock here, you have a 1/3 interest in Beaumont Limited. That's the British company I was telling you about.
Bob, you sound as though you were taking inventory.
Well, there comes a time in every man's life when he must tidy up a bit. Things have a way of cluttering up.
That's exactly the way I like them. You be home early?
Yes, darling. I'll be home early.
I overslept. I gotta be at the club in 15 minutes. Come on, hook me. Say, what's the matter?
Problems?
Is the judge business falling off?
In a manner of speaking.
Are you losing customers? Is the market suddenly getting flooded with justice? Oh, honey. Now, you sit and tell little Mary all about the things that are bothering you.
Mary, I'm 57 years old.
Oh, you don't feel 57 to me, honey.
All my life, law and the courts, sitting in judgment on others. By what right?
Well, that's your job, isn't it?
Yes. Now it's time I sit in judgment on myself.
You guilty or not guilty, Your Honor?
We're all guilty, Mary.
Sure, but you've got an edge. Why, you can cop a plea and give yourself a suspended sentence.
My sentence, I'm afraid, has been suspended far too long. Mary.
What is it, Robert? What are you trying to tell me?
That we can no longer see each other.
Drink?
No.
I don't understand. What do you mean, no longer see each other?
Exactly that.
For a while.
Forever.
Just like that?
I'm sorry, Mary.
You mean just like that?
I no longer control the situation.
No. No, then tell me who is in control. Tell me, I'd really like to know.
Events?
Events? Do you think that means something to me? Do you think you can just walk in here and sit there like a judge and pitch words at me?
Mary.
And tell me that we're through, and I ask you why, and you can just answer with events?
Mary, listen to me.
Oh, sure. Sure, I'm listening. I've been listening with all my ears. And I've been listening with my eyes, too. You think you can just sit there and rap your gavel and court's adjourned? Well, you listen to me, Your Honor. It just ain't that easy.
I'm sorry, Mary. There's nothing I can do. It's res judicata, case closed.
Yeah, that's how it is, huh? Case closed. Well, maybe I'll try for an appeal.
Mary, we can't do this to each other. We've had too many... We knew, Mary. We both knew when it started. We both understood.
What? That you could cop out on me the minute that you got fed up?
I don't intend to just walk out on you. I have $7,000. It's all the cash I could gather.
And tell me, how do you figure 7 G's, Your Honor? By the day, the month, The year?
Mary, please don't hurt him any more than is necessary.
Oh, I'm hurting you. What do you think I'm made of? Sawdust? Getting out of here, I'm late.
Mary, I beg you, be kind to me just this last
Leave
time.
me alone, please. I don't want to hear any
I
more of
must
that.
settle this tonight.
Leave me alone.
I'll come back later. I'll come back when you're...
I tell you, Holly, he never said a word to me before tonight. Not one single word.
Just walked in and give you the brush, huh?
Sure. I knew something was wrong the minute he came in.
Did he say why?
Events, he said.
Events. Hey, what's events? Events is what a guy uses when he wants to brush off a dame.
I want to get rid of a dame. I don't use events.
I just say get lost. Well, that's because you ain't a judge. You're a punk. A punk says get lost, but a judge... But a judge, it's different.
All right, I'm a punk. He's a judge. Get lost or events. So what's the difference? It's all the same to the dame, no?
That's right. The same.
You know, Rocco here, he may be a punk, but sometimes he's got a few brains.
Sure, I got brains. Hey, kid, listen to me. I'll tell you what to do.
Shut up, shut up. You use your brains enough for one night. The judge, did he offer you a deal?
7 G's.
7 G's?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
That's all, 7 G's.
You hear that, Rocco? 7 G's.
You're kidding.
A judge like that, Superior Court, walks into court every morning. 40 years in his pocket. 7 G's.
He's kidding.
Right. This bum's loaded. L-O-D-E-D. Loaded. 7 G's.
Well, he's not going to get away with it. You'll see. I'm going to fix him.
You cool off. You ain't gonna do nothing. Now, you said he's coming back to your joint later, right?
Yeah.
All right. You got nothing to worry about. I'll talk to his honor. I'll talk to him good. You know, I think I'm gonna enjoy having a judge cop a plea from me. Relax, baby. You're in good hands.
I had to come back, Mary. I felt...
Come on in, Your Honor. Come right in.
These are just some of my friends. Holly and Rocco. They thought they'd...
You'll pardon me, Mary, but I'll do the explaining of the events to His Honor, huh? You see, Your Honor, Mary here, she's just a kid. Matter of fact, I don't even know if she's of age. Are you of age, kid? But that don't matter. At least, I don't think it's gonna matter. Hey, Your Honor?
Mary, this is appalling. I never thought. I don't know...
Now, Your Honor. You're not sitting on a bench. You're with friends. All we want to see is that Mary here gets a fair shake, right? Right. Now, you're probably wondering why I go through all this trouble. I'll tell you, Your Honor.
I am not interested.
I go through all this trouble because I like Mary, and she's a good kid. And I don't like no good kid getting a bum rap. Especially from a citizen who thinks he's got a license to deal out bum raps.
Oh, Holly, maybe...
Shut up! I'm telling the judge. And I'm telling him how and when. The how is 50 grand. And the when is now.
I'm going now, Mary. I'll call you tomorrow.
I'll follow you. Push. Is that right? Here. Drink this. Drink it. Here, some more. Come on, baby. All right, now listen. He's finished. Did you hear? Now, Ryan. Tim Ryan. You call Tim Ryan. You hear? Call him now. Tell him to come over here. Trouble. Come over here. Trouble. You hear me? You tell him this. The judge, he was drinking. He fell and he hit the table. He fell and he hit the table. You understand? Okay. And me, I wasn't here. You didn't see me tonight. Okay? Okay.
Tell me again. Mary, you tell me again.
Huh?
He fell.
Uh-huh.
You say he fell and hit his head on the table.
He fell and hit his head on the table.
Yes. Fell back and hit his head on that table. Then who dealt him that bruise? Now, you listen to me. I gotta know who was here. And you listen to me. If this thing gets out, the judge found dead in your place. Mary, I'll take care of you. You'll be all right. But I must know who hit him. Who was here? Who knows about this?
Holly.
Holly Ross?
Holly and Rocco.
Nobody else?
He hit his head on the table.
Sid.
Medical examiner?
Yes. Get him out of bed. I want a death certificate. In the name of Samuel Smith, age 59. Residence, give this address. Cause of death, coronary thrombosis.
Married?
Single. Then call the Pauling Crematorium in Jersey, Union City, and make arrangements for Samuel Smith cremation immediately.
I'll have him send the wagon right over.
Good. Oh, Sid, call Nicolaides. I want a quick job tonight. Holly Ross and Rocco. I want them hit tonight. Yes? Nicolaides, he took care of it.
Yeah.
Holly Ross and Rocco. Both of them.
Yeah.
Where?
What's the difference? He took care of it.
Mary, you hear me? You hear me, Mary? You hear me, Mary? Who was here tonight? Tell me, Mary, who was here tonight?
I told you.
Again, Mary. Tell me again, who was here tonight?
Holly and Rocco.
Nobody else? Mary?
Holly and Rocco.
Nobody else was here, Mary? Nobody else? All right, come on, Mary. We're going out. Here we go. Now, we'll pack a bag, a night dress, toothbrush. Come on, I'll help you pack, Mary. Here we go. Come on, I'll help you. That's it. Barney, come in, come in. Sit down, lad. Sit down. There's a small favor I'd like you to do for me.
Now, what, did I put the arm on one of your boys?
If you did, I wouldn't call you. No, Barney. There's something I'd like you to deliver for me.
Well, I know a deserving young delivery boy is working his way through reform school.
To Mrs. Morrison.
Tim, the judge disappeared about 5 weeks ago. What do you figure, if you've got a figure?
Just took off. Some girl, maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
One day he'll show up.
Don't hold your breath.
Barney. This envelope. I'd like you to give it to Mrs. Morrison.
Why don't you take it to her yourself?
She doesn't like me.
There's always the U.S. mail.
I don't like to get involved with the federal government.
What's in it? Where'd you get it?
I'll accept your questions, Barney. You accept my answers. It was found in the subway, the IRT line. It was brought here to the club by parties unknown.
His cufflinks. His signet ring. I gave it to him when we were... Where did you find these?
You got them from Tim Ryan.
Where did he get them?
He said they were found in the subway.
Found in the... Oh, you don't believe that.
No, I don't.
Well, then, we've got to do something.
Do what? It's the times, Mrs. Morrison, don't you understand? The times. But they won't go on forever.
No, they won't go on forever. Already they've begun to destroy each other. Soon they'll have devoured each other completely. It won't go on forever.
No. No, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling the people will destroy them long, long before that. And they did. The people did. The Tim Ryans, the Sids, the Hollies, and the Roccos. The people did.